All right, good afternoon and welcome to class. My name is Michael, and today we're going to talk about air packs. So, to give you a little brief rundown of myself, my name is Michael Culberson. Many know me as Cubby. I work for Nashville Fire Department. I work on Engine Company 12, which is a special operations hazardous materials response engine. I've worked on that engine for 6 years now, and I've been with the department for 8. Love it, 12 strong. So today, as I was saying, we're going to talk about the MSA G1 SCBA. And as many of you know, the SCBAs are made for anything from structural firefighting to confined space and anything in between. And they are to protect your respiratory system from any IDLH environment, which is immediate danger to life and health. So we're going to get familiar with the SCBA and its components in this slideshow presentation. And questions, if you have any, please hold off until the end of the slideshow. So the components of the SCBA G1, and that's what Nashville Fire Department uses. We're going to first talk about your face piece that we have. So our face piece here, the polycarbonate lens is rated at 500 degrees, which is actually up from our old packs that we used to have, which was rated at 300 degrees. The high car rubber is heat resistant, and then of course you have the netting that goes behind your head, and then the 4 straps to contain it to your head. And we'll also talk about the regulator as well. So going over the MSA G1 face piece a little bit more in depth, the different components to it. One thing that we really like at Nashville is that this MSA face piece can be completely submerged to decontaminate it. It has no electronic whatsoever on the face piece that would cause any harm or electrical malfunction when you submerge it. It also is equipped with 7 heads-up display lights. So on the right-hand side of your face piece, you have 4 lights. On the left-hand side, you have 3. The 4 lights on the left-hand side determine how much air you have left in your bottle. So for instance, whenever you have 4 green lights that illuminate, you have 75 to 100% of air left in your bottle. Whenever you have 3 green lights that are illuminated, you have 50 to 74% air left in your bottle. And then after the 3 green lights, you'll have 2 yellow lights, and those yellow lights indicate 36 to 49% air left in your bottle. After those, you have 1 red light. Once you get below those pressures, you'll have 1 red light that is illuminated in your face piece, and that signifies 0 to 35% air left. Now, another cool feature is that from the control module, you can press your 1 green button, and it will illuminate the heads-up display for your air consumption and how much air you have left. So for the 4 green lights and the 3 green lights, if you press it, they will stay illuminated for 20 seconds, and then they will go off, and you can press that whenever you need to check how much air you have left if you don't want to check on your control module. For the yellow, whenever you press it once, it will stay illuminated for 30 seconds, and whenever you get below 35%, or whenever you get to 35% or below, that 1 red light will continuously stay on to let you know that you're running low on air. You need to get out. So moving forward, the 3 lights on the left-hand side that you see on your face piece, you'll see that one, the yellow is indicated battery. So anytime you have a low battery, that will flash. The middle is a running man symbol, and that's illuminated red. If the fire department is equipped with the A2 system, which keeps track of your air consumption for every SCBA that is on, you are able to press a button on that A2 system for whichever is interior for the evacuation order. That will pop up on your heads-up display. And then your third light is a triangle. That is your heat alarm or your thermal alarm. Anytime that you've reached the peak thermal that the backpack or regulator can take, that will flash on your heads-up display as well. You also have, really quick, you also have the lights on your backpack on the back, and we'll get into those a little bit more here in just a little bit. So continuing with the control module of the backpack, which is commonly known as your pass device. I'm not going to turn this on because it's very loud, but you have an analog gauge. You'll have a LCD display, and that display is everything from your air remaining to your battery level. It will also give alerts on there as well, and that is where the your low air, that's where it will display as well, with the green, the yellow, and the red. And then going into the lights on the back, the buddy lights or the pass lights. There's 4 lights on the MSA G1. There's 2 on each side. All 4 of them will flash at the same time, whether it's green, whether it's yellow, or whether it's red. All right, so with the lights on the back, the buddy lights, they also show how much air you have left. They only flash either green, they'll only flash yellow, and they'll only flash red, and they'll all 4 flash at the same time. So they don't give you an actual definite number on how much you have left. They'll just flash. Also on the back, if your air pack has not been updated from your fire department, your air pack pass alarm will only sound from the 2 speakers on the rear. If your fire department has updated their air packs, it will also sound from the microphone that is on the left shoulder strap. This microphone is intrinsically safe. Not only that, or the speaker, excuse me, is intrinsically safe. It has a 75 decibel output reading on this speaker. And again, as I was saying, if your fire department has included the update, then it will sound from the speaker on the shoulder strap, left shoulder strap. Alright, so your harness and assembly and battery module. So the harness is everything that encompasses holding the air bottle in place. So referred to as the backpack or the air pack. Your harness, you'll have a left shoulder strap, you'll have a right shoulder strap, you have a chest strap, and then you have your waist strap with your lumbar support. With this waist strap and lumbar support, there are 3 adjustable positions on this lumbar support. So it will slide up and down. You can find the best position that is most comfortable for you. Also with this waist strap, it pivots with your body so that your range of motion stays more functioning than traditional SCBAs. Along with that, you'll have your regulator, and then you have your cinch buckles that allow you to cinch your straps so that it stays tight against your body and comfortable. Also on the air pack, you have a battery pack. This battery pack, it's a single battery, and it serves to function all of the electronics on this air pack. If you take your left-sided waist strap, you'll see that the buckle, you use that to remove your battery. You simply press it in on the top of the battery. You'll see that where there's a slot, and as you press in, it will kind of snap and click, and then as you pull it out, your battery will come out. So, your battery, if you do not have your thermal imaging camera add-on to your pass device or your control module, you can get 10 to 12 hours of continual use and function out of your air pack. If you do have the thermal imaging add-on to your command module or your control module, you'll get approximately 6 to 8 continual hours of use out of your battery. These are rechargeable, and usually it takes about 8 hours for a full charge. So, going along on the air pack itself or on the harness itself, you also have the UAC or Universal Air Connection. This works with any manufacturer of air pack. So Scott, Survive Air, Interspiro, Viking, ISI, any of those, it will work. It's a universal quick disconnect, and like I said, any manufacturer of air pack will be able to hook into this. On the other side, on your right side of your waist strap, this one doesn't, because this is our hazmat air tank, but on the right side of your waist strap, you'll have what's called the buddy breather, and it's 3 foot of line. You simply take it out of a pouch that is attached onto the waist strap, and it is already attached into your air pack. With that being said, if your buddy runs low on air, you can quickly hook into his air pack. You will have to keep in mind though that once you hook in to his air pack, if you have a full tank and he's only got 15% air left, it will dump your air down, and it will equalize your air bottles. So you have to keep that in mind. You're not giving him your 95% of air as well as you breathing. You're actually equalizing both bottles. So technically, theoretically, you're filling his bottle with your air. So keep that in mind if you're way out and you don't have a chance of getting a RIT pack. How you take the bottle off, you'll have one strap, metal strap that is attached. It's different adjustment points for different size bottles. This particular bottle that we have is a 60-minute, 4,500-pound bottle. That is our hazmat bottle. That's what we use. So you take this strap off, and then you simply unscrew the high pressure hose. And once you unscrew it, there is a notch that is on the air bottle, that a V notch that fits into the sleeve of the air pack itself. And it is very easy whenever you slide it back in, whenever you're changing bottles out and you slide it back in. You can actually, where other manufacturers of air bottles and air tanks do not allow this, as long as you have it lined up and slid down properly into the notch itself, you can go ahead and tighten your strap down, and your high pressure will always connect in the correct angle to your air bottle every single time. And then on this UAC, or universal air connection, that is a rubber sheath that you use to protect it. So we talked a little bit about the speaker already, and we talked about the air cylinder. Like I said, MSA, they have a 30-minute air bottle, they have a 45-minute air bottle, and they have a 60-minute air bottle. The 60-minute is what we use in at 12s, our hazmat bottles. 45 is our interior structure firefighting bottle. That's our normal use firefighting bottles. We don't use 30-minute bottles. So every morning, whenever you get to the fire hall, or whenever you're inspecting or getting your stuff put on the rig or whatnot, you want to inspect every piece of your PPE. So whenever you're inspecting your face piece, the main majority of structural integrity is in your lens. If your lens is compromised in any single way whatsoever, the structural integrity of the face piece is deemed unsafe. Not only that, it's your lifeline. Your face piece and your SCBA are both your lifeline. So please, please check it, check it, check it. And that's all I can say. So whenever you're checking it, look for any kind of discoloration, scratches that will obscure your vision, any kind of damaged parts that might pull away or that are chipped. You'll also want to look for any burns that has sustained, or that your face piece has sustained at all. And then your straps. So the netting, look to make sure that it is structurally sound and able to be put into use. Your straps, you don't want any frays. Normal wear and tear is fine, but whenever it starts fraying really bad, go ahead and replace your straps, and your buckles included. So look, the rubber membrane that puts a seal on your face, look for it. Whenever you're inspecting every morning, and this is, I read this on MSA's website, the one big downfall they say that they have to these face pieces is that where the exhalation valve is on these. It is at the very bottom, and it collects dust, it collects contaminants, whatever, debris. So how to check that is you will take where the chin sits into the rubber membrane, pull it back. You have your nose cup, you pull it up, and then you'll see down here in the very bottom, that's your exhalation valve. And you want to check that to make sure that it is working properly. You can also do a quick check to make sure that water flows freely through it. They say that is a great way to check it really quick to make sure that it is properly working. So checking your air pack, again, it's kind of the same as your face piece. You want to check to make sure all of your buckles are working, properly working. You want to make sure that your straps are straight. You want to make sure that they're not turned in any way to compromise you from trying to tighten up your air pack. Like I said, your hoses, make sure that your hoses, there's no compromise of your hoses at all. You want to make sure that your bypass valve, which is on your regulator, it's the red valve on the side. You want to make sure that it is in the closed position. A couple of complaints that have come from fire departments is that whenever you are donning your regulator to your face piece, and then you start moving around, many times the bypass valve becomes dislodged and will open on its own. They say because on these G1 air packs, It is where we're used to just snugging it finger tight. MSA states and recommends that you snug it beyond finger tight. You want it very tight, your bypass valve, and it will prevent from doing that. Also on your regulator, you have your 4 lights as you do on your heads-up display. Make sure that those are cleaned and properly working. And turn your SCBA on. Once you have all of your straps and your hoses checked and make sure that you have air in it, turn your SCBA on. Do an air test. Make sure that you're properly getting air through your regulator. Alright, so really quick, one of the methods of putting your SCBA on is if you're not inside the fire engine or fire apparatus, is over the head method. Very quick, very simple. It's almost all one motion. And so with that being said, whenever you place your SCBA on the ground or in front of you, like so, set your straps out. Make sure that they are all let out from the buckles. You want the shoulder straps to face you, and you want where the lumbar support is, or where, even easier, where it hooks into your backpack, where the air bottle hooks into your air pack. You want that away from you. So whenever you have it set up like this, you'll grab both handles on each side, and in one motion, since you have your straps out, tuck your arms in to your chest, go over your head, and as you're going over your head, you can see how the shoulder straps almost already fall into place. And as you're doing that, you can let go, run your arms through, and it's on. And then after that, you tighten it down. Tighten down the shoulder straps first. Then you can tighten down your waist strap. You want your buckle to be in the center of your gig line, or center of your belly button. And then once you have your shoulder strap or your waist strap tightened, lightly let out on your shoulder straps. Use the chest strap, tighten it down all the way. And that is how you don your SCBA over the head method. That is one of the quickest and easiest ways to put it on. As you're taking it off, you'll always want to let out the excess straps of each of the 4 buckles. After you have your SCBA on, you can put your hood up, put your helmet on, and I just showed you the over the head donning. So thank you all for attending. I hope you learned lots, and hope you believe the hype, because we're 12 strong here.